Okay, we were real pleased with our victory on the road. Got our first road victory. I think we played well in all three phases. Gave us some momentum. 2-0 in the second half of the season. That's kind of what we talked about at the midway point. And I think we're getting better. We're getting a little healthier too, which is always good. Playing a team in Tulane that has played 4 top 25 teams. They went to Oklahoma, gave them a scare. Had a chance to win the game. They probably played Cincinnati as good as anybody, and Cincinnati, I feel like, is one of the best teams in all of college football. So this is a team that is a talented team. They came up short on a couple games that they could have won. They got a quarterback that I'm very impressed with. I think he's got 36 career touchdown passes. Been playing a lot of football. I know he wasn't available last week. We do expect him to be back this week. We're preparing for that. And then they got a defense that's attacking. They do some even front, some odd front. They mix things up. They get in your face. They challenge things. So it'll be a good test for us. We're very glad that we're back home. Excited to play in front of our home crowd. Questions?
Here's what I said for Mikey, when the most important thing would be for the players around him to be better. Did you see that on Saturday?
I think so. We probably the good thing for me is we had some explosive plays. We threw the football down the field. We didn't hit them all, but you got to take chances to loosen things up. And I think when you do that, it opens everything else up. So I really think we're starting to go in the right direction offensively. We just got to continue to have those explosive plays and put points on the board.
Alec Collar earned a scholarship over the summer. Obviously, he's now shown that reason why he earned that.
Yeah.
Mike, you said after the game that wasn't a mistake. Do you agree with that? And what have you seen from him in camp and leading up to this point?
Yeah, he's a very talented player. It's a very critical position for our offense, and he's coming on. He's getting more confidence each time he goes out, and he made really 2 touchdown catches, but probably the best play he made was that third down and about 8 or 9 on the sideline. I have no idea how he stayed in bounds. Broke a tackle, he squared his shoulder, he split 2 defenders, got the first down. We ended up scoring a touchdown on that drive and going up 21-0, and that was one of the key plays I felt like in the football game.
Coach, what did you see from Tremont that has helped change the rotation at defensive end?
Yeah, he's an impact player. He disrupts stuff. He really he's good against the run. He's good against the pass. He's a quick twitch guy, and each game, he's coming on and getting better.
Coach, we saw Matt Lee in street clothes during the Temple game too. Kind of what's his status? We're looking to see him on Saturday.
Who's that?
Matt Lee.
Yeah, he got a little banged up in the game. We're hoping so. That he's a tough guy. I mean, that guy, he had a high ankle sprain week 3. Week 2. Wasn't able to play week 3. Came back, wasn't 100%. So he's just been managing his body the whole time. He's banged up in some other areas, but he's a champ. We'll see what happens. Cole Snyder did a good job, in his place. Adrian Medley came in. The good thing is we do have experience without him, but we're hopeful. We'll see. Probably Thursday we'll have a better idea.
Ricky Barber's been back for a couple games now. Continues to just be a force up front in the middle. Just talk about his performance and what he's been able to provide since he's come back.
Yeah, when he's on the field, it's you can really sense his presence, and the defense knows that he's on the field. He demands double teams. He's really tough to handle when he's single blocked, and he's got a really good motor. And I'll say this about our other defensive linemen: since KD's been out, we've had other guys step up too and starting to play with confidence. It's all about our defense with the run fits. We stop the run, we play really good. The games we've done that, it's been a lot of fun.
Coach, Isaiah Bowser, you talked about several times how he's an NFL player. I agree, I think everybody does. What's the best attribute that he does that most people may not know about?
Oh, yeah. He goes forward. There's a 3rd down and 2 that we tried to pace the other day, and they had a guy in the backfield and 2 waiting on him about a yard past the line of scrimmage. He made a guy miss. He broke a tackle, and he ends up getting the first down by a yard when your average back would have been -1. So he's a downhill guy. He goes forward. He plays without the football. That's probably one of his best attributes too. He just does everything right, and he's a real common effect for a freshman quarterback. And doesn't have to worry about the running back. The running back's going to be taken care of. I can worry about everything else, and so that he's got a lot of attributes that help.
Coach, Tulane's rushing attack features both Cameron Carroll and Tajay Spears. What do you like about those two on film, and how do you plan on continuing to stop the run?
Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed with them. I mean, against good opponents. I mean, like I said, what stands out to me is they played 4 top 25 teams. And, I don't know, there's, what is the 11th toughest schedule in college football up to this point. And, if you play 4 top 25 teams this late in the season, it's legit. Early in the year, half them teams aren't worth the crud anyway. There's the top 25. But, now everything's clear. Everybody knows who everybody is. And those two have been successful against good opponents. So, it kind of goes back to if we can stop the run, we're a really good defense. And we're building upon that. And Coach Williams has done a really good job building in that area.
Coach, back here. On Saturday, you guys had a really strong offensive performance, another strong defensive performance. Just talk about the confidence from these guys. You mentioned going 2-0 in the second half of the season. What's the confidence level from them?
Yeah, I think we're as confident as we've been in a long time. We went through the storm of all the injuries, and we were kind of a work in progress. And we're getting more confidence. We are getting better as a football team. Second half of the season, this time of the year, there's very few teams that are actually getting better, and that's what I challenged our team with. We need to be that team that each week gets better. And I think we got the capabilities of continuing to do that. Obviously, we got a good test with this team coming in Saturday.
Coach, I know you said Jalen Flash Robinson was, he's been slowly kind of getting reacclimated to practice. It was kind of, touch and go last week. Maybe you said by Thursday, maybe if he could play or not. He didn't. What's kind of his status going forward?
Yeah, he'll practice today, and we're hopeful that we get him back. It's been a process, and so hopefully we'll have him back, and I'll know by Thursday.
Mikey did have the one interception. I know it was fumbled and recovered by Brandon Johnson, but an interception almost every game. How do you just?
Yeah, he threw it right. He threw it right to him on that one. I mean, we've got to do a better job. There was one other one on third down that they dropped, and we just got to do a better job protecting the football when we throw it. And really overall, he threw some great balls. Some great balls, but just being aware to protect that football. That's the biggest thing. And he's a young guy. He's learning and growing, but also this is his 5th game coming up. So we just got to do a better job. It was an unbelievable play by our running back and receiver stripping the ball and getting it back, but he threw it right to him.
Does he look to finish out strong? What does it mean to have 3 of the last 4 games at home?
Oh gosh, yeah, it's a game changer for us. Playing at home, this is one of the best home field advantages in college football. It's extremely tough on opponents. Our fans have willed us to win twice. I do know that, and so we're very excited to be back.
One more about Alec Holler. Did you notice something? Obviously he put on scholarship over the summer, but was there something that you noticed about him early when you arrived?
When I got here, everything happened quick. I think we were on the practice field about a month after I got the job, something like that. And so everything was wide open. And we went out there, and I actually thought he was on scholarship. That's how he was playing like. He played like a guy. He's one of our best players. And so that was a really common sense thing to do, is put him on scholarship. And he's carried that over, and he is still growing too, just from a confidence level. A lot of times when you walk on the mental psyche of believing in yourself, and I think each game you've seen, he's starting to play with confidence now. And he's a really good player, and I think you're starting to see him grow, and he's starting to understand he's a really good player. College football, a lot of it is right here, as far as whether it's a freshman or a walk-on, of that fighting that self-doubt. Am I good enough to play? All that. And he's flipped the switch on that, and it's been really fun to watch.
What are some of the unique challenges that go with playing Tulane? I know the record may not be the greatest, but they gave Oklahoma a game earlier on in the year.
Yeah, they're a scary team. You look at them on film, you don't see a 1-17, but kind of goes back to the 4 top 25 teams. And, I think they were in Birmingham for a month or something like that. So they've overcome a lot of stuff, and they got really good players. They got really good players on offense, defense. I'm very impressed with their special teams. I think it's one of the best special teams we play. So, this is a game that we're going to have to play good. Our guys understand that. All right, we got some veteran guys, smart guys. They turn on the film and say, these guys are pretty good. So, but we need to play well, and we need to be that team that continues to get a little better each week.
I have to ask, how's Dylan doing?
He's progressing. We'll see. you know, as soon as I find out something a little more concrete, I'll be able to tell you, but right now, it's kind of the same status, and we'll see where that goes.
You're still hoping that he can get back at some point this
Yeah,
month?
no, definitely, we're hoping, you know, and we're definitely hopeful. We'll see what happens, and maybe next week I'll be able to give you a little more specifics on a specific timeline.
Coach, I know you mentioned you guys had a lot of explosive plays on the weekend. How important was it to get those explosive plays, get a lot of throws downfield, and have a really strong offensive performance?
Yeah, you know, that's, you really look, when we've had explosive plays, that's when we score touchdowns. You know, the 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and going, we hadn't scored a lot of touchdowns that way. So just understanding what we're made up of right now, our makeup, what's our DNA, what do we need to do with what we got to be successful. It's about explosive plays. We got to continue to build on that. And we made more, I guess, the other day, or at least we gave our guys more chances than we've given, and it paid off.
Coach, can you just talk about the continuous improvement from the offensive line group as they've been successful with letting plays develop in the past few weeks?
Yeah, I think it starts in the run game up front, and the good thing is we inherited some veteran guys that understand football. You know, we can still play better up front, and our guys understand that. And there were some things that we did Saturday that we feel like we can do better, and so we've really, you know, talked about that. And you know, we got our freshman quarterback. Well, that run game is his best friend. We got to continue to build upon that.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Coach.